Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hobby Dude 007 channel. Today we're going to be looking at Alclad 2's candy colors. We're going to be following Alclad's recommendation for base coat, prep, all of that stuff, but we're also going to be doing a little bit of our own experimentation. So let's get into it. My first experience with Alclad's candy colors was probably about eight or 9 years ago. I got my hands on some of it in the bright silver base, and I got this 2012 curbside Corvette kit at the hobby shop and decided I'd give it a shot. So we used the base, which we'll be taking a look at here in a minute, and the cobalt blue, which is there's three blues in the candies. You've got an electric blue, which we'll be testing that one, this cobalt, which is a darker blue, and then they've got one called indigo, which is really dark. I don't have that one, but I think I've got about 9 or 10 different colors, and we're going to be shooting those, and we're going to try them on some different bases too. But as you see, this thing really came out in the cobalt, and this is over the bright silver base. And I didn't do a clear coat on it because it was just a curbside, something really just to test the color. But this is over their bright silver base, and you see my buddy Clay Kemp there is admiring it, so you know it's got to be pretty good, huh? But all around, I was really pleased with these candy colors. And we'll take another look at those panels here in a minute too that I showed in one of the other videos, and we'll take a look. You may also remember this little jewel. This was in our small scale build year before last, and I just took this orange Hot Wheels Happy Meal toy, disassembled it, redid the engine and interior, but on the body I wanted to do something unique, so I went with Alclad candies again, and I did the ruby, which is the darker of the reds, and here you see I shot the black base, and that's over to me a primer, by the way. Went back with chrome instead of the bright silver. I used chrome, as you see on the body here, and then went over it with, and I did not clear coat or anything on this because it's just a Hot Wheels, but I think I may go back and do that because I did not permanently mount the body. But as you can see, fun stuff. Turned out to be a cool little hot rod. Well, let's take a look at those body panels we looked at in a video or two back, and we'll review that, and then we'll review the colors and the base coat, and we'll get started. Quick review of some of the colors that I have tested in the past. These body panels are from glue bombs that I've picked up over the years here and there, and I thought it'd be great to be able to use them for just testing these colors. So we're going to be testing a lot more colors than what you see here, but I wanted to go over some of these with you. Underneath all of these colors is Alclad's bright silver candy base. And as you can see, this is pretty good stuff. You see my finger in the reflection there. So it's pretty reflective. You see I got a chip in this. This has been a box for years, so I've got a chip there and on the hood. So I'm going to be reshooting these two real quick. And I've got a fingerprint in this. I'm going to try to get out real quick and we'll shoot it again. But let me review some of the colors real quick. This is the violet. Now check that out. Is that not just beautiful? Just a beautiful, beautiful color. But this is the candy violet. This, I think in one of the videos past I said this was the lemon yellow. This is actually the golden yellow. This is just candy red. This is the candy ruby that we looked at on the 32 Roadster just a few minutes ago. And this is the electric blue. On the Corvette, you saw the cobalt blue, and this is the electric blue, a little bit brighter, but beautiful colors here. And we're going to be looking at, let's see, we're going to be looking at the candy lime green. We're going to be shooting the cobalt blue, the dark one again, but we're going to be shooting this in addition to the bright silver base. I'm going to shoot this over chrome as well, so we're going to get a look at the effects of both. And the electric blue. Then we're going to look at just plain old transparent yellow. This is not a candy color, but I've got something in mind for that one. Then we have candy lemon yellow. Then we're going to shoot some of the golden yellow, the candy red enamel, and then the candy ruby red again. But we're going to be trying this over a couple of colors too. So we're going to get a good look at it. Follow the directions on this stuff and you're going to see something here. Let me read this to you real quick. Shake thoroughly before use. Do not thin. Surface must be completely clean. Apply one medium coat at 20 to 30 psi. I do 20 myself. To clean bare plastic so it does not have to be primed. Allow to dry 15 to 30 minutes as the carrier evaporates, the shine will develop. Allow to cure for 1 hour before coating with Alclad candy enamels. Avoid using in damp or humid conditions, that's about the norm for painting anyway. So we're going to be putting this, I'm going to freshen some of this stuff up. And we're going to use some of those spoons that we had from the chrome video to test a few things. And then I want to work on something using the base coat and the chrome for the, and some of these candy colors, I think, for to try to make that brass look that we come out with. So, and then in that enamels take longer to dry. Once these are done, then we're going to get them in the dehydrator and probably let them sit overnight, at least 8 hours, because I want these things to be fully cured. The little 32 Roadster I've handled all kinds of ways and it's not harmed it one bit. But these things, by the way, you can, I've read online and seen, you can clear coat these as well. So let's get these other panels freshened up a little bit and then we'll get to the colors. We have our base coat applied, and if you remember, our instructions on the bright silver base said to give it 1 hour of drying time before you applied your colors. Well, I actually put them in the dehydrator overnight, so we know they're cured. And I've taken an old t-shirt and buffed everything down, redid, cleaned up where this was chipped from being in the box for so long, and put a fresh coat on it. And by the way, as far as the reflectiveness goes, you see my finger there. It's not mirror, but it is a really bright base for the candy, which I think is, I think you can see my finger better. But really, really good. And we're going to try some of these candy colors on a nice smooth white primer as well. And I've also prepped, as you saw, where the flaw was on that hood there, and I think there's still a piece of trash in it, but for testing it, I don't think it's a big deal. But we'll see this way with how the color difference is between the base coat and the white primer. Same with the 40 Ford hood. There's our door panel, and I'll pick a color for that. And then our spoons. They, again, got a good reflective finish. And in addition to that, as far as the base coats go, I took 4 of the chromes that we're going to be trying these same candy colors. If you remember that 32 Ford again, the ruby is what I put over the chrome, and I think it looked really good. And I'm going to try it to see if there's a reaction. This one is the Alclad chrome, which looks great. All of these do, really. This is the Green Stuff World chrome. This is the Revell. Both of these, well, this one's AK. This is the Revell over the TS. This is over the TS26 bright or pure white, and this one, of course, is the over the TS14 gloss black. So we're going to see how they react to the Tamiya paints as well, and we'll do those in a couple of colors, the bright base as well as the chrome, and we'll just see how they do. All right, let's get some color on these things. Okay guys, so we have shot all of our colors now, so let's take a look at each of them and then we'll take kind of an overview. We started off with the, and I don't know with that label if you can see that, but this is the candy lemon yellow. So this is the lemon yellow, and we shot it over the Alclad silver base. And as you can see, this is pretty good. Almost has a little bit of a green tint to it. But the lemon yellow, it's really pretty sharp. I kind of like that. You can see the reflectiveness in there. And then we also shot it over chrome. And this was over the AK. And you remember, I wanted to shoot it over the chrome to see what kind of reaction we'd get out of it. And as you see, this stuff has been drying for a number of hours now. I have not put it in the dehydrator, but I mean, it's dry. And pretty durable there too. But you can see that now really with the chrome, look at the reflectiveness in that. Looks really, really good. And keep in mind, these are enamels too. Even though it's Alclad lacquers, the candy colors are enamels. But I think this turned out really good. Well, right here you can see the chrome. That really looks good too. Next up was not a candy color, but I wanted to do this just for a reason, kind of as an experiment, and that is the Testers, and I think this one actually is a lacquer, but this is the transparent yellow. You see how much, little bit darker it is than the lemon yellow. And let's take a look at the colors there. I shot this on 3 different ones. And the reason I did that is, by the way, all of these were shot at about 20 pounds of pressure. This is over the silver. And you see it's a beautiful color. Now this one, I'm not sure, I didn't use it a little too high air pressure at one point. This one is over, I think this is the Alclad chrome. And again, these have a good finish. I really wish that the lighting was a little better so you could see this the way I'm seeing it, because as I'm looking in the camera lens, this just don't look right. And then check this one out. Whoa, is that not cool? This is over the Green Stuff World Chrome, and I went heavy on this one, a really super wet coat to give it that more brassy look. And I think that turned out really, really nice too. The only thing about this one that's not a candy color is it doesn't quite have the gloss that I was looking for, but it's actually not bad. Not bad at all. And then I think one of my favorites is the one we did next, which is the, let me get it organized here, is the golden yellow. So this is the candy golden yellow. And I did it over both chrome and there's the silver base. And that's just beautiful. Really sharp. And the light glare just doesn't do it justice in here, guys. Sorry about that. I am actually going to be working on investing in a different lighting, something that will actually show things a little better. Now, over the chrome, look at that. Is that not a brassy looking, woohoo? And this is over the Reveal. But if it's over chrome, you've noticed, I guess, the reflective. That's almost like look, check that out, like a Christmas ornament. The different color, chromey looking, I don't know if chromey is a word, but you know what I mean. That is sharp. And that is, again, the golden yellow. And really sharp. This next one kind of caught me off guard. I don't have the, well, let's see if I don't drop it here. I don't have the emerald, but this one is the candy lime green. And this is over the silver, the bright silver base. And as you can see, very reflective, very nice. And then this is over Revell chrome. This, again, is like that Christmas ornament look. It's just got that chrome reflective look right through it. Very pretty color, and I'm not usually that big on green. One of the wastes, though, was the white. If you remember, I wanted to shoot the candies over a white base primer and just see how they turned out. And honestly, I wasn't impressed. So I did it on one other one that we'll look at, but I just really wasn't that impressed with being over the white. But since I did it, I thought I'd show it to you anyway. So there is our lime green. I think of the green, this one over chrome is my favorite. That's just a beautiful finish for a green like that. Oh, and before I forget, let me show you this one real quick. I'm getting out of line here just a minute. But you remember the violet, and this is over both of these. This hood and this fender are both over the silver base coat. But is that not beautiful? Just a really nice looking. And the reason I didn't shoot this one over chrome, which I'm very curious about, is I can't find the bottle. I know I've got one here somewhere. I've just got to figure out where it is. But when I find it, I will be doing one of those. But I thought that was just a beautiful color as well. And that's the Alclad Candy Violet. Really sharp. Next up was probably, this is my first or maybe second. This is Candy Electric Blue. This turned out, no matter what I shot it on, was just absolutely beautiful. And I just dropped one. Hold on. And this one you might know, because it's the most beautiful. When I was moving them to dry them, I almost dropped this one. And when I reached to grab it, I grabbed it like that while it was still wet. So you can see there's a thumbprint right there where I grabbed it. But I'll hold it at this angle so you can see. Look at that. And that's over the silver base. But this is, what did I say? This was the electric, the electric blue. But check that out. Is that not sharp? But now, check out the chrome. Look at this. Again, it's like a Christmas ornament or something. The reflective chrome kind of look. And that's a decently heavy coat, as you can see. But you can see the difference here in the reflections. It just, wow. Really, really sharp. But this is just a gorgeous blue. And I went ahead and shot that door panel with the same thing, but it turned out like this because it's the same base. But is that not just really pretty? I was really impressed with that, but especially that well, you can see the lights just super clear, but this is just beautiful. Next up, blue-wise, we did the cobalt. Remember the Corvette that I showed early in the video was cobalt blue, which is dark. And there is one other one that I don't have, which is called indigo, which is a really super, super dark blue. But it's pretty sharp, too. And in the cobalt blue, here it is over the silver base, which I think looks absolutely fantastic again. Beautiful, rich blue. That's why I chose this one for that Corvette. And I think if I were to do that Corvette again, I would do it in the electric blue over chrome. And here is the cobalt over chrome. And again, you get that great reflective chrome look right through that. But I mean really sharp. And then here is that quarter panel that we redid in the cobalt blue. And again, that is just absolutely beautiful. And these things dried relatively quick and hard, but some great, great colors there. Well, let's get over to the reds. First one up I shot was the just regular candy red. And I think of the reds, I love that ruby because I've used it a couple of times now. But this, wow. Let me get a few things over here. This one is the one that's over the silver base. And as you can see, it is pretty neat. Really nice color. When this was being sprayed, I hope you could see that. That turned out really nice, a little brighter. And just like with the candy electric blue over the chrome, check that out. Looks like, again, a Christmas ornament. One of those tinted red Christmas ornaments. Great reflective finish. Well, you can see my hand holding it down here in it too. That looked good on a hot rod too. I'll be honest with you, either one of these would. And I also did one in, I went heavy on the coat, and this one is over the Green Stuff World, and this one is over the Reveal, and that's the one we just looked at. That's just mirror like. And this one is too, but check out how much darker it is. Now, the ruby is darker anyway, but I went really heavy on this one. And, well, I know in the camera this looks kind of the same, but this is a little bit darker, but still has that mirror finish underneath, so it looks good. And remember the 40 Ford hood? Check that out. And remember we had the white primer on this side and then the silver base on this, but is that not just really beautiful color? And again, like I said, with that green over the white, if you shoot, it almost looked pink laying down, especially in the beginning, over the white. And then this is what I came out. Ooh, I got a fisheye right there. I didn't see that. And I may not have prepped that properly when I first washed it, but anyway, I think that just looks, if you remember those old Coke cans from the 70s, 80s that had the reflective, that's kind of what that reminds me of right there. But really, really sharp. And then we did I don't know if I said that was ruby. That's not ruby. That's just the regular red. Here we go. And here is the candy ruby. Sorry, I'm knocking the camera around, guys. The candy ruby red. And this one is the silver base coat. Now these, I got to apologize. Right up front, I kind of jacked this one up a little bit. I was running out of spoons, so I grabbed two out of the box. I did not wash these down or even wipe them down. I taped them off. And as you see down here, there's nothing on the bottom, which indicates that there was no primer on either one. This was straight on the plastic. So this was the AK chrome shot straight onto the plastic. And this just had the base, the Alclad base down on it. Now, while it says shoot directly on the plastic, I prime everything with Tamiya primer. And I do that because, you see the fish eyes? I got a couple of fish eyes in this. And I would guarantee you that that's probably the mold residue that I did not wash off or didn't prime it. And that's my own fault. And even the chrome had one little fish eye right. Yeah, you see it right there. But check out that beautiful ruby finish. Other than, I'll cover them up there. I'll feel better anyway. But check that out. Is that not just beautiful? good dark. And you can see here compared to the regular red, there is a difference there. I just can't get over that reflective mirror like there. But anyway, there's your ruby, and this is over the AK chrome. And just look at that though, guys. And again, you see my reflection down there. Just really cool. And there's a couple other colors that I'd mentioned. There's the emerald green, which is the darker green. And then there's the indigo. And I want to say there's another one. I just can't remember what it is. And the other one I could not find was the orange. But you know what? Stick around. Let me see if I can find that bottle of orange, and we'll do that one real quick. Found my bottle of candy orange and went ahead and shot that real quick. And let me tell you, I think I know the color that's going to go on my rare flow. But I could change my mind because I kept thinking about that blue. But this is over the silver base, and this is that, again, the candy orange. But is that not just beautiful? Great reflective finish. But look at what's on the chrome. And this is the AK chrome. Check that out. A little bit lighter, same number of coats, but that chrome coming through it. Well, you can see again the reflection of my hands down here. This is just a beautiful mirrored finish orange with that chrome underneath it. Really sharp. Really, really sharp. Well, I'm going to pick out my favorites, kind of line them up, and let's take a look at them and talk about them a second. Okay, guys, so that is the spectrum of Alclad candy colors. As I said a while ago, there's I think 2 colors I didn't have, and that was the indigo and the emerald, which is just a darker green. But that violet is just really beautiful too. But as you can see here, these turned out absolutely great. Some of them are over, most of them are over the actual base coat, and there's a few of them that are over the chrome, and that one is the Reveal there, which was my favorite. But great colors. I highly recommend it. I've used them on 2 cars and had great results. Big thing is any kind of lint, anything like that's going to show up. So you want to make sure, just like with this one, the ruby, that I did not prep the plastic, just shot straight over it. And as you see, those 2 fish eyes there, and that was on me. That's nothing to do with the paint. That's just bad prep on my behalf. I just was in a hurry to get it done. Overall, though, you see, other than that fisheye there, this is nice reflective finish. So, well, with any paint, preparation is a big thing, and we'll do a paint prep and the things that I do anyway. Everybody has their own techniques, but I'll share with you in an upcoming video what I do. But as you can see, beautiful colors here, and I look forward. I really like this orange, but that and this blue. My rare flow, I'm already thinking about that, but check out those reflections, man. You can see my hands down here. I'll twiddle my thumbs a little bit there. But I highly recommend give them a shot over chrome. And every single one of the chromes we used, and this one's the AK. I think this one is the, Green Stuff World. They didn't have any negative reactions on the chrome. None of these enamels did. Big thing is make sure everything's dry. Like I said, the base coats, whether it was the chrome or the silver base, I made sure that those were in the dehydrator at about 135, I think it was, degrees overnight. So for about 8 or 9 hours, maybe a touch longer, to make sure those bases are solid. And looks good. Looks great, actually. One little surprise as we close out. You know, we were talking about trying to do the brass for some of the cars from 1900 into the 1920s. So I took some Alclad chrome, and I took the transparent yellow. Now, do not use the candy because the candies are enamel, and the chrome, I believe, is a lacquer. So you don't want to mix those two. So I used the transparent yellow, not candy, but transparent yellow, which is ALC 402, and I put about 4 or 5 drops into the chrome, which turned out to be too many drops. But check it out. Mixed it up real good, shot it through the airbrush, and usually with the chrome I shoot at about 7 to 10 pounds of pressure over a gloss black. This is over gloss black, and I put, I think, too much of the yellow, and it toned it down a touch. But look at it. I mean, compared to these other yellows, this is more brass than I've seen. This is one of those things I've got to experiment with. I'm going to do a couple more spoons, and I'm going to do them with 1 drop, 2 drops like that. But as you can see my hand's reflection in it, I'm getting a good brassy looking reflective gold finish. It's not to where I want it to be yet. And this turned out to be pretty tough too. So I'm going to try this again with the chrome. And just shooting it over the chrome, I mean, I'll be honest with you, this looks really good. And that's the golden yellow over chrome. But this just over black, and that is, again, the Alclad chrome with a little bit of that transparent yellow. I'm going to put a few drops at a time and try that, and I'll be sharing that with you in the future just as a short little note in the. But that's not bad right there at all. But we're going to take a look. I'm going to experiment with it until I get it right, or until somebody finds one that's perfect. Okay, guys. Appreciate you tagging along on this. This was kind of fun. I got to see some beautiful colors here. Great inspiration, too, I tell you. I'm loving this stuff. These things are just really something. I mean, again, check out my reflection in that. You can see the ring on my ring. This is just great stuff. Guys, if you're not a subscriber, show us some love. Get over there and hit that sub button. Be sure to like. That always helps the channel. Any channel that you favor, hey, always give them a thumbs up at a minimum. But give them a sub. You really support the community. I know all the content creators appreciate that. I know I do. Head over to the Teespring store and give a visit. Guys, hope you have an awesome weekend. God bless, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks a bunch, guys.